When we talk about crystal wisdom, we're not talking about crystal meanings or memorizing crystal properties. We're actually talking about the intelligence that is held in the earth herself. So many people are working with crystals as tools or objects and missing this very essence, this intelligence that has been revered by cultures across time. Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're talking about what is crystal wisdom and how to work with it. So to understand crystal wisdom, we have to start with understanding what crystals actually are, how they are formed. And so when we look at crystals, crystals are comprised of a repetitive molecular structure, which forms a crystalline lattice. And so this allows the crystal to hold a consistent vibrational frequency, and they are incredibly stable. Their stability is the first key point to understanding crystal wisdom. It is their stable structure and their stable energetic frequency. And so crystals actually are the most fundamental constituent of matter. Well, and actually not just crystals, but minerals. When we look at minerals, they are the basis of all of matter and all of life. And when we look at the role that the minerals play in the earth, they are holding the structure and the stability of the earth in form. And crystals exist in a one or first dimensional frequency. And so they have this very simplified role that they play on our planet. They are holding the physical structure of the earth in place, and they are holding the energetic and the etheric structure in place through the crystalline grid. And so crystals, in essence, are the bones of the earth. When we look at our skeletal system and we look at our bone structure, our skeleton is what gives us form. It's what allows us to move, right? And so when we look at crystals, we are in essence looking at the bones of the earth. And so the bones are holding the structure, and they are allowing that structure to be stable, both in its physical reality and also in its energetic form. And so crystals are also conduits of light. And so this is the next sort of key point. When we look at stones, we actually see that they allow for vibration to move through and for light to move through. And so all of matter is created through light and sound. And in fact, everything is creating a sound, even if we don't hear it, right? And there is so much light that is actually beyond the visible light spectrum as well. And so all of this is creating our reality and form. And crystals are conduits of light, and light carries information. Light carries information, just like our DNA carries the code set through which we express. Our DNA is a transducer of light, and our DNA is what allows us to have our unique blueprint and our unique expression. And so the crystals also have their unique blueprint, and it is all through how they transduce and express through light. And so this is a really key point, and it's a key point in understanding crystal wisdom, because the crystals are an interface for light. And the light is constantly streaming onto our planet from the sun. And then the sun, of course, is streaming it through the central sun, the great central sun, and the galactic center, or the 0 point, the source field, right? And so all of this light is coming through, cosmic light is coming through into our solar system, onto our planet. It is received by the crystals, and the crystals are literally receiving their instruction sets from the source field through the light. And the crystals are transducers of light. They are keepers of light. They are record holders of light. We'll talk about record holders in a minute. But the crystals are literally a cosmic mirror for this higher light. You can think of as above, so below. They are mirroring or reflecting back this source light, this intelligence of the cosmic field, of the source point. And this is why there's a quote from Rudolf Steiner where he says, in the crystals, we are looking at the gods. And this is the very understanding. Everything I just explained is the very essence of that quote. This light is streaming in, it is flowing in, and it is reflected and held in the structure of the crystals, of the minerals. And so we have this access point for this incredible intelligence, this incredible field. And crystals are also, they are also record keepers. And so when we look at the longevity of the stones, they have been here for eons of time. In fact, the way we do our carbon dating and kind of see how old things are all comes through these constituents of the minerals, right? And so crystals are record keepers. They are holding the energetic field and the memory across time and space. And so the crystals have a relationship with the Akashic field. The Akashic field is the energetic record of everything. So everything that has existed across time is held in this etheric field of the Akash, which is held by the stones. And so the stones are the wisdom keepers. They are the memory keepers, the record keepers of Mama Gaia. And so when we want to really access truth and really know our true history, we can actually go to the stones. They are actually libraries of our history. And so the crystals also act as a bridge. And this is another key point. And so when we look at how do we access the wisdom, which I'm going to get more to, the crystals they are like transducers of light and frequency. And so when we look, let's just back up. What is a transducer? A transducer steps down frequency. And you can also think of like an adapter. Like if you ever have a cord that you want to plug into something, but you don't have the right cord on the other end or the right outlet or receptacle, we use an adapter, right? That adapter is what sits between two different frequencies or two different things that bridges them together. And so you can think of the crystal like a bridge. It is a bridge in frequency. And so we have a frequency field. The crystals have a frequency field. The cosmos has a frequency field. And so the crystals sit in this intersection between our consciousness, between the wisdom of the earth and the wisdom of the cosmos. And they are like this adapter or bridge that helps to bring it all together. And so the crystal is like a key. Can you see how this is a sacred key to us accessing higher human potential, higher wisdom, higher intelligence? And so the crystal helps to step down higher levels of light. So it helps to step down this really high frequency field of cosmic mother plasma or source light intelligence. And it also, excuse me, it also helps us to step up, right? So we have to raise in frequency in order to be able to access higher octaves of light. And actually, it is in essence our ascension process that allows us to come into deep relationship, in deep alignment with these higher frequencies. And ascension is actually not actually about going up, but it is about raising in frequency by stepping light down into form and holding more light into form through the heart field and through our own inner energetic architecture. And so the crystals are a bridge helping us to raise in frequency to meet this higher light, this higher order, this higher level of intelligence. And it's helping the light to step down to our level of understanding. And I don't know that the light, excuse me, I don't know that the light actually is stepping down so much as that we're finding a space of coherence where we are finding our way in to this level of access. So when we talk about crystal wisdom, we are actually talking about this intelligence, this higher order, this, you might even think of it as an essence of source or an essence of love light intelligence that is breathing through all of life on this planet. And so this intelligence is held within the stone, both physically, but really energetically. And there are some stones that are higher frequency stones. And so all of these stones have a purpose, and they are arriving to you, to us, with a purpose. And through Crystal Wisdom Codes, the shamanic crystal mentorship that I have, I take you into how to unlock and access this wisdom. And there is great purpose in the students that are coming in and what they are learning and how they are accessing this intelligence, because we are in a time where we are here to create the new, where we are here to learn from the past and not replicate our past mistakes. We are literally, like, you can kind of see how we are in this place of like playing out this karmic cycle, this fall of Atlantis, where we worked with crystal technology, we worked with higher levels of energetic technology, and eventually those societies were led to collapse through the distortions. It was through the development or the progression of the ego and competition that ultimately led to the distortions in that society and led to their misuse of the technology that became their downfall. And so we are very much, you can see how we are accelerating through time, right? We are accelerating through our development of technology and how we are using it and how we are advancing. And there is at the same time this parallel current of our moral code that is sort of in breach. I think that it's questionable, right? Are we using this technology responsibly? And are we using this technology consciously? And if not, it could very much lead to a path of devastation. And there's a lot of people that are feeling that. And the stones hold this memory. They hold this conscious intelligence that can actually help us sort of course correct or move into alignment with the higher trajectories. And this intelligence holds that field of information and that field of wisdom that we can learn from and that we can benefit from. And so once we understand that crystals are carriers of this wisdom and that hold this sort of blueprint, this history, this deep truth, this deep wisdom, how do we then work with it? And so this is actually the journey that I take you on inside Crystal Wisdom Codes, but it actually starts with yourself. It starts with yourself. And so understanding your soul origins, your soul essence, your soul gifts, and what you are here to do, what you are here to resolve, what you are here to embody in this lifetime. And crystals can actually be really, really powerful conduits for this. They can take you into past lives, parallel lives, future lives. They help you understand your ancestral patterns, your karmic patterns, your soul contracts, and where you need spiritual healing or soul level healing or energetic healing to come into dimensional alignment with your highest I am presence, to bring down your higher human potential and soul purpose and soul mission in form. And so this is actually the starting place, is getting in alignment with who you are, with your highest light, because as you do that, you raise in frequency and you start to become this conscious partner with the unified field. Because as you come into higher alignment, you're also raising in consciousness. As you raise in consciousness, you are moving up into higher levels of unification with all that is, and you start to move into higher levels of coherence, meaning you are harmonized between heart and mind in all that is, and you have greater access. It increases your level of access to the field. And so then you start working with the stones, and you can sit in meditation. And I actually have frameworks for working with the spirit of the stone. I actually have multiple different ways of accessing higher intelligence. We can work with shamanic journeying. We can work with stone reading. We can work with the spirit of the stone. We can work with the higher self. And so we go deep into all of these things inside Crystal Wisdom Codes and go into a real development journey of practicing all of these things, because that's the other thing is it's one thing to know all of this exists. It's another thing to really do the inner work and to really get attuned to crystal energy and to the higher intelligence that the crystals hold, to then be able to access this wisdom for yourself according to your own soul purpose and what you are here to do, how you are here to serve, and how you are here to express. And so the stones come to you with a purpose that is aligned with your higher purpose. And they help to activate you, to awaken you, to raise your levels of consciousness, to fulfill that purpose on earth. And so they are conscious partners and conscious allies that are here to support you. And they are the light workers, the healers, the star seeds will especially feel resonant with this. Why? Because your soul knows these higher frequencies. And so when you start working with stones, it feels like home, because it is. They are literally mirrors of cosmic frequency that your soul knows. And so this is actually why I think it is so important for starseeds, healers, light workers, spiritual enthusiasts, the people that feel this resonance, like really getting you aligned, awake, aligned, online, and working with the stones in this way, because the stones are here to help us remember. They're playing a role. They're coming forward. Have you noticed in the last 10 years the trends of crystals? How many crystals are flooding the market? There's a reason for that. There's a reason for that beyond capitalism. And the reason is that light workers are turning on. They're tuning into their sensitivity. They're resonating with the stones. You're bringing them into your field. And a lot of people sit them on the shelf as decoration and then fail to ever actually tap into the wisdom. And this is what this video is about. It's about helping you understand the deeper cosmic order that is at play, why these stones are even coming to you, because they hold this intelligence and they're ready to work with you. But you have to come into deeper alignment with your soul, with your own energetic sensing, with your own heart coherence, and then tapping in to those frequency fields and receiving the wisdom that is meant for you according to your soul purpose. And so if you're interested in going deeper with this work, I'm going to be opening Crystal Wisdom Codes in January, and I invite you to join the wait list, get on the email list, be the first to learn about when this program opens again. Inside Crystal Wisdom Codes, it is a shamanic crystal mentorship. So we're not working with the stones in terms of memorizing properties. It's not healing of stones, like laying on the stones on the body, like traditional crystal healing. This is working with crystals spirit to spirit, to awaken your intuitive gifts and to become an intuitive channel. So if that interests you, check out the links below, and I will catch you in the next video.